Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents special coverage of the CSI Dolphins women's basketball alumni game, featuring many of our CSI Dolphins past players from recent years and from years further in the past. Good morning, everybody. This is Joe Foreman, joined by Nick Durst for the first time this year. This is only my second time on Sportsnet for basketball in the 2019-2020 season. Nick, I'm excited to be back. We have the alumni game to cover here this morning, getting started in about 5 to 10 minutes at about 11 a.m. And then the men and the women take on John Jay College following this alumni game. A full slate today here at the tank.
Boy, oh boy, Joe, the weather outside today is quite frightful, but the mood in here is really delightful as the alumni are back in the tank and they're ready to go, and it's going to be a beautiful afternoon of basketball. But right now, the alumni are back in the building getting ready for some morning hoops action.
Well, the afternoon slate doesn't get started until later when the women's basketball team takes on John Jay College at 1 p.m. And we'll talk a bit about the women's basketball team ahead of their alumni game. Unfortunately, we don't have rosters for the two alumni teams out on the floor. We'll be referring to them as Team Black and Team Blue. I'm only familiar with the players who graduated during my time here, so that would be the last 5 years. So we apologize if we don't name some players that you may be watching for today. But, Nick, the women's basketball team comes in playing their best basketball of the season. They have won 4 straight games thus far and are looking to continue a long winning streak against John Jay College this afternoon when they take on the Bloodhounds for the second time this season. Earlier this year, the Dolphins defeated John Jay by 13 points, 71-58. But I think their biggest win of the season came last week against Cabrini University. The Dolphins winning that game 77-70. A good win for the Dolphins. As I said, one of their best of the year. So we'll see if the Dolphins can follow up that effort here at home. They have played one game since then against Baruch. That was a 15-point win back on their home floor today. Should be an exciting game.
And all season, no surprise here, the Dolphins have been led by Megan McEwen. And McEwen has been incredible this year, leading the team in points and assists this season. And we can expect more of the same today against the Bloodhounds.
Well, McEwen with a huge effort against Cabrini University last Friday night. She had a season-high 27 points in that game. As you said, Nick, she continues to lead the Dolphins in scoring, but she's also seen her shooting percentages steadily rising as well. She's up to 37% from the field, but is shooting just shy of 37% from beyond the arc as well. So McEwen, as we're accustomed to seeing, getting it done inside and from the outside as well. She's been a huge part of the Dolphins' offense thus far this season.
Absolutely, and we've seen a lot of instances in the last few weeks here where McEwen in the first half definitely looking to facilitate the ball. Second half, she comes out, and then she really takes over scoring-wise, and she's definitely taken advantage of those opportunities late in games, getting to the free throw line and cashing in for the Dolphins.
Well, our current women's basketball team actually had an opportunity to scrimmage against some of the recent graduates, including one of their assistant coaches, Christina Passaturo. That happened back on December 31st, and that's something of relevance here as we get set for the alumni game. Victoria Cray played in that game as well. Samantha Flecker played in that game. So some recent graduates in the CSI Dolphins playing against some of their former teammates with Elena DeMontro still on the team. She played with those graduates as well, and that game was one that I got to watch from up top while it was going on, and I think that's a part of the reason why the team experienced a turnaround. They got to look at what was so successful for this program ahead of their entry into the CSI Dolphins program, women's basketball, and they were able to implement some of that. We've seen them running the floor, something they've done very well in the past, doing that a bit more lately. But on top of that, the shots have really been falling for this Dolphins team as of late, and credit to the coaching staff for that. I know Kelsey Carey and Nicole Sarcone work on the team's mid-range game quite a bit, and we've seen the results of that lately in their most recent games, especially that matchup against Cabrini, a game I got to see in person last week. The game against Baruch I did watch on the live stream, didn't catch all of it, but the Dolphins shooting over the last few games has been very strong.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the coaching staff for the Dolphins. Two of the coaches expected to play in this game, Kelsey and Christina. And last year, I believe, in the alumni game, Christina Passatoro made 11 3-pointers or something and dropped 40 points. So if you're trying to handicap some odds here for MVP of this game, I think you got to look towards her.
Well, unfortunately, Kelsey will not be playing in this game. Nick, she's actually hosting a tour for a recruit right now, but she did not graduate from CSI, not eligible to play in the alumni game. But I can't expect you to know that. You're just coming on board. But Kelsey definitely working with the team quite a bit, and she was actually in on that game as well. I forgot to mention Kelsey did play in that game against her own team, so they got a chance to go at their coach. But a lot of the time, the current team coming up on the short end against Kelsey is I have before we play against Kelsey in the morning every once in a while as the staff gets together for some early basketball. And we will get a look at some of the former Dolphins players taking on some other former Dolphins players. In this game, the current Dolphins team takes the court at about 1 p.m. against John Jay. So we'll shift our attention back to that matchup with John Jay later this afternoon. As I mentioned, the Dolphins have a very long winning streak going against the Bloodhounds, and I believe that win streak is now at 16 games. They'll be looking to make it 17 today. So that winning streak extends quite far back for the Dolphins, as I think we might be getting some rosters from Dave to our left. So that's something that will certainly help us in the game as well, Nick.
No numbers on the jerseys, on the T-shirts here today, but it does look like the blue team has the advantage as they have 8 people on their roster as opposed to the black team with 6.
We'll see what happens when things get underway in just a few minutes. The clock right now set to 5 minutes as my voice is beginning to go. So we'll step aside until the start of the alumni game, take a brief break. When Nick and I come back, we will have the full rosters for both the blue and the black team as we get set for the women's basketball alumni game. Exclusive coverage of that here on CSI Sportsnet. Nick and I rejoin you after this break.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends, live sports and watch parties, to Staten Island's hottest nightlife. Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
One girl with her back to me on the right. Oh, Jen
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road chip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
And we are back from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island. The women's basketball alumni game about to get underway, and Nick and I were delivered rosters for both teams. Nick has those rosters in front of him for you as they are introduced here at the tank.
All right, so first we'll take a look at the blue team. We have Victoria Crea, Olivia Tierno, Leah Albano, Tracy Jerevjanik, Stephanie Bird, Nikki Fabosi, Christina Passatoro, and Danielle Nola. On the black squad, we have Melanie Johnson, Jennifer Coughlin, Sam Flecker, Jamie Piffalo, Rosa Perone, Brianna Solomon, and Victoria Gallinaro.
All right, thank you, Nick. We'll get a look at who the starters are for both teams in just a few moments as we're about to get underway for the women's basketball alumni game. Nick and I hope to have some guests during the game, and if you can't hear it in my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather, so any relief that we get here on mic would be greatly appreciated during the game. But Nick and I will have the call coming up after this. Women's basketball takes on John Jay College, followed by the men's basketball team taking on the Bloodhounds as well. Mike Babuski will join Nick Durst on air for those games.
So, Joe, you can see the excitement right now on the court. A lot of these players, this might be the only time they play all year, and obviously they're going to get up for this very hyped and looking to definitely show they still got it today.
I'll have to admit, Nick, I woke up very hyped for this, getting back on Sportsnet, but my voice is a bit of a buzzkill right now, so I'm going to try and work my way through this. I was really excited to cover this game. We talked about it on the Dolphin Pod yesterday. There were no signs of any of this yesterday, but woke up this morning and the voice was halfway gone, so hopefully it gets me through this game at the very least.
So sometimes, you know, when the weather, the rain, it affects your throat. But, Joe, this is the first game me and you were doing together since the infamous foul ball into the booth broke our audio board. So happy to be back with you.
All right, so you and I will need to make sure that we protect our mixer from any stray basketballs that may find their way over to the table today. And hopefully they're careful with the basketball out there and do not throw it our way. And leave us with another damaged mixer, but I think that's a lot less of a problem here at the basketball court rather than at the baseball field, where that foul ball found its way in, and that ball was smoked over the top of the backstop and into the booth, and I have to admit I bailed out of the way immediately, as did you, so we wanted no part of that. I think we can handle a basketball, but we'll see as we're about to get set. And we are underway, Team Black with the first possession, but
it's a turnover. They're going the wrong way on the court.
There's one for the blooper reel, Nick, as Piffalo takes the ball the wrong way, and we already have our first highlight / blooper / low light of the game, depending on whose perspective you're viewing it from, as Team Blue has their first possession working the ball around the perimeter into the middle, and a kick out once again. That is a three-pointer, comes up short, kick out to Passaturo, and she's quickly on the board.
There it is. The odds aren't fair for MVP. Already up with a three-pointer about 30 seconds into the game. Capitalizing off the turnover there.
Well, there was the possibility that we might have an MVP trophy. I think they ultimately decided against it, but it's sitting on my desk right now, so if they want it, I can run upstairs and get it, as Team Black knocks down a three-pointer to even the score up at 3.
Nice answer there, going back the other way.
It's Melanie Johnson with the three-pointers. I'll be using Dave Pizzuto for help. Again, no numbers on the uniforms, but Dave has been here far longer than I have, so he is very familiar with just about all of these players, I think, and I'll be using him for help on the call the rest of the way as Team Blue works it around the perimeter. Looks like we'll have a running clock for 10-minute quarters, if I had to assume, and Blue taking their time on this possession, and the shot clock is running.
Violation, shot clock violation.
They got it off, I think, just in time, as Flecker brings it up toward the right wing, trying to feed it inside to Perone. It's knocked away.
Well, we have a chance here. We'll take a look at the opening tip-off, which went awry for the Black team.
You know, Nick, that replay comes up on the screen to my right, and I thought I was viewing it the wrong way, but the camera is on the opposite side of the floor now as Flecker can't connect on the three-pointer. That was Olivia Tierno grabbing the rebound. Dave is basically our third commentator at this point on public address, as that one's stolen.
Dave doing a good job of giving the play-by-play inside the tank here today.
Fans in attendance getting treated to some David Pizzuto commentary from the stats desk, where I will be joining him for the start of Dolphins Bloodhounds at 1 as Perone looks to work her way inside. And barely escaping with the ball is Team Black. 8 on the shot clock. Piffalo running jumper off the back rim, no good. Tipped away toward the perimeter by Perone.
So early on here, Joe, lots of missed shots, some sloppy ball handling, and expect by the end of this game the score to get up there.
We will see. It's 3-3 right now as Passaturo's thinking about it, puts up the 3 and knocks it down. 6 quick points for Christina Passaturo.
It's too easy for her right now. Somebody needs to get a hand in her face on defense.
Piffalo feeds it inside to Perone. Her jump shot is blocked.
Rosa can't help but laugh there as she was rejected.
Derevjanik with the rejection. That's Tracy Derevjanik who rejected Rosa Perone. Team Blue working it around the perimeter once again as Team Black is in a zone defense.
Some good ball movement here.
And it is stolen by Perone on the inside. Opportunity here for the Dolphins on the fast break. They have numbers, and, well, the Dolphins doesn't help. It's Team Black with the ball as Piffalo tries the three-pointer, and that's good.
That's good. It's a safe bet the Dolphins will win this game today, and so far we have 4 three-pointers, and it's a 6-6 game.
That would be a correct assumption. They can't go wrong with that analysis, as it is Team Blue against Team Black. And right now, me against what's left of my voice. And we're only 4 minutes into this one.
Joe, we might need to get you a cup of tea or something here after the first quarter.
Sure sounds like it, as that hook shot inside, no good. Once again, an opportunity on the fast break for Team Black. Flecker thought about it, pulls up from mid-range and knocks it down.
Nice move there by Sam to stop and pop and put it in for 2. The first 2-pointer of the game, and it's answered right away. Back the other side.
Derevjanik finishes there off the inside feed for Team Blue. Quickly work it into the paint. The score tied at 8.
Another three-pointer.
Another three-pointer for Melanie Johnson. She's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Passatoro look to make it 3 for 3 here. There of Janik's jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Piffalo. Fast break opportunity once again. Third of the game for the Dolphins. Here comes Flecker, who finishes the reverse layup.
Nice move there by Sam to go under the hoop and put it in.
Here comes Team Blue now trailing by 5. And that jump shot off front rim, no good. Team Black looking to run that lane cut off, and they'll have to slow things down. And it's nearly turned over, and Tiana were able to keep it in bounds. The steal there. Here comes substitutions for both sides.
Got a chance there to see Flecker's nice move under the basket.
I was taking a look down at my rosters to see who's coming into the game. It'll be Victoria Cray, Nikki Fabosi, and Leia Albano for Team Blue. And taking a look at Team Black, it was Victoria Gallinaro and Brianna Solomon checking in for Team Black.
So, Joe, who would you say are the coaches of each team here? Who's making the subs and who's going to drop the plays in the fourth quarter on the close games?
That's a good question, and if I went into that, my voice might not make it out of the quarter. But taking a look at the benches, 2 on the bench for Team Black, 3 for Team Blue. So I think it's going to be wholesale substitutions for the rest of the game as Victoria Cray knocks down that jumper, a three-pointer, 13-11 in favor of Team Black now. Flecker tries the 3 from the right wing, no good. Rebounded by Tierno.
And he had a great interview with Sam Flecker yesterday on the Dolphin Pod, and he mentioned how back in her playing days here for the Dolphins, she would always shoot the 3 and easily get the rebound, but no effort there for the rebound, and I don't think we're going to be seeing any hard rebounding efforts in the paint until later in this game.
You're an attentive listener, Nick, as Cray tries again from the opposite corner. That shot a bit long, rebounded by Tierno. She goes up with a putback attempt. May or may not have been a foul there, but we'll continue play.
We ever have fouls in this game? Anybody going to go to the free throw line?
I can't imagine there will be any free throw attempts, though there may be some possessions awarded off of fouls as Flecker finishes off the feed. Black leads by 4 over Team Blue with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Passatoro looking to make it 3 for 3. That three-point attempt a bit long. Rebound goes to Team Black. Solomon working it in toward the paint. Kicks out to Johnson. This is Flecker feeding over to Solomon. Nearly stripped. Picks up her dribble and kicks it out. Johnson for 3. Short.
Ref thought about calling a foul there, but decided to keep the whistle in his pocket.
Yeah, I have to think that will be a theme the rest of the way. As Fabosi shoots over Solomon, that one too long. And the rebound pulled in by Tierno once again on the offensive glass. Kick out to Passatoro, over to Albano. And that line drive shot is good.
Nice shot there by Albano.
Here comes Solomon. Over to Gallinaro for 3.
Thought we were going to have a jump ball there, but the ref let him play, and Blue comes away with the ball. Up the court here is Passatoro. Nice feed pass, and it's good.
Thanks for picking me up there, Nick, as I tried to get the microphone as far away from my mouth as possible. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Johnson with it now, as I think that's Angelique Price, who just made her way into the gym a bit late. But she is wearing a black shirt. She'll be joining Team Black for the start of the second quarter. Right now our game tied at 15.
So now we're going to have an 8-on-8 battle here as teams are evened up.
This is Passatoro with the basketball on the fast break. And her pass intended for Cray a bit too long.
Looking to push the pace there, beat the clock. 1 minute left here with the running clock in this quarter.
It's now Johnson with the basketball, bringing it up for Team Black. 57 seconds on the clock. Flecker in the corner, looking for Gallinaro. That one tipped and out of bounds. Clock continues to run inside of 45 seconds. Johnson for 3, and that's good.
Nice job there, taking the shot, Johnson. Nobody in her face. Took the open shot, and it went in.
27 on the clock. Tierno thought about the three. Up to Passaturo. She surveys the floor. Finds Cray on the right wing. Pass over the outstretched arm of Flecker. Finds Passaturo. And that three-pointer is good off the feed from Cray.
And right to your right, Joe, you have the Dolphins women's team here getting a nice kick out of watching their coach draining threes right now.
Flecker from the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Tierno. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. And not enough time to get a shot up. That will do it for the first quarter. We have a good one here, Nick. The two teams tied at 18 after one. Unfortunately, no stats for you, so I will give my voice a break as we take a commercial break. Team Black and Team Blue tied at 18 in the women's basketball alumni game 2020. More exclusive Sportsnet coverage of this game when we come back.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
And we're back from the tank. Start of the second quarter. Quick steal for Team Black as Gallinaro brings it across, finds Solomon. Up top, back to Gallinaro. Flecker right wing, swings it back up top. A lot of ball movement around the perimeter as Gallinaro's three is short, and that one landed out of bounds. Team Blue with possession. Score remains tied at 18. Just over 30 seconds into quarter number 2. Derevjanik back out to the perimeter. Three-point attempt, long, and rebounded by Flecker.
Sam showing off her muscle there, going up for the rebound, uncontested.
Perrone out to Price, who gets her first action of the game. Perrone, mid-range jump shot short, rolls off the rim, and Solomon couldn't pull it in. Blue team ball.
A lot of alumni filing in now, Joe. We have baby carriages, children, and a bunch of alumni here, right to your right.
Nice crowd to our right, but Nick, still no guest here on Sportsnet. I was told that'd be taken care of yesterday on the podcast. We have it on audio, so that promise was made right now. Dave handling public address, so I'm not sure I'll be getting any help the rest of the way as Perrone receives the feed inside, can't finish. Here comes Team Blue.
We'll see if we can maybe get a current player on during halftime. Help us out a little bit.
I wouldn't count on it, Nick. Getting someone for the walk-width's like pulling teeth as Price looking to feed it over to Flecker, and that one's out of bounds.
Maybe next year we'll mic up the players during the game.
Nick, that's going to cost a lot of money. I'll have to run that by Alberto. I'm not sure that will get approved.
Somebody
we'll
might
see.
be seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold.
And Fabosi's three-pointer is long. Rebound tipped by Cray, pulled in by Janik, but her putback attempt no good as Kelsey Carey has made her way onto the court, recording things.
Getting some good content here for possibly her Instagram.
Feed inside, and Perrone can't finish. Fabosi with the rebound.
Perrone just looking befuddled right now. I can't quite understand how that ball did not go in.
Team Blue continues to work it around the perimeter. Scoop layup attempt no good. Rebound goes to Team Blue, but can't finish. Janik tried to put back. Here comes Price. Price one-hand floater with the left hand, no good. Solomon inside to Perrone. Perrone partially blocked by Fabosi. Rebound goes to Team Blue. Feed to Cray. Cray over to Fabosi. That one defended well by Flecker. Rebound goes to Team Black. Here comes Gallinaro. Feed to Price. And that layup a bit too long.
Perhaps Price needed some time to stretch. She came right into the gym and right onto the court.
Yeah, I've tried that. Typically it doesn't go too well for me.
Gotta watch those hamstrings.
Shot by Janik is rebounded by Flecker. Solomon up to Perrone. That one off her foot. And one more for the blooper reel right there. Cray has it in the right corner. Back up top. As Team Blue continues to work it around the outside. They tried to get it inside there to Fabosi. Team Black all over it as Gallinaro nearly had her pocket picked from behind by Cray. It's knocked out of bounds. Team Black ball, and I think we'll have some substitutions.
Take a look at this replay here, practicing their soccer skills.
Fortunately, this is an alumni game, so we can put replays like that up on the screen, and I think a lot of the players will go back and look at that with a laugh and a smile as that three-pointer by Flecker's a bit long. I'd be lying, Nick, if I said that we didn't go back and listen to some of our old broadcasts for a good laugh every once in a while.
I don't really remember who, but last year in the men's alumni game, there was an incredible dunk attempt from the free throw line, which obviously came up super short, and we just kept replaying that.
Always make for some good moments up in the office, or if you have the team around a computer screen to look back on some of those bloopers from these alumni games every once in a while. As Price looking to take it inside, kicks it out to Gallinaro. She'll try a three. That one no good, rebounded by Cray.
Not much scoring here halfway through the second quarter. Block ahead by 21-20, so a close game. A lot of joking around here, but everyone's playing hard, and it's a close game right now.
Nick, these games don't start until the last maybe 3 to 5 minutes of a close game. You get to that point on the clock, that type of score, and you'll see the competitiveness kick in. But right now, this quarter, 4-3 in favor of Team Blue. We were tied at 18 after 1. As Price tries a long two-pointer, her foot was clearly inside the line there. Referee did signal 3. That one a three-pointer, rattles in and out. Three players on each bench awaiting the next dead ball.
It's like the black team implementing the 2-3 zone defense here.
A staple of the CSI Dolphins for a lot of the time that I've been here, especially those teams coached by Tim Shanahan, as Fabosi tries the three. It's no good, rebounded by Price.
Price getting heckled here by some spectators. As someone asked, can you make a layup? And Price said no.
All in good fun as we'll have those substitutions coming on. Trying to get a look at who just checked in and who checked out, but happened quickly, so I'll just run through the 5 on the floor. Tierno, Albano, Janik, Cray, and Passaturo for Team Blue. Trying to get a look at the 5 for Team Black. I think it's Coughlin, Johnson, Price, Perrone, and Piffalo for Team Black. Score 24-23 in favor of Team Blue, and Nick, I never realized how difficult it makes this job with no numbers on the T-shirts.
Yeah, it's just like pointing everybody out and not having much of an idea who anybody is if you haven't seen them play. But you know the big names here who at the end of the game are going to be having the ball in their hands, and that's when the fun's going to really get going.
Team Black will inbound the basketball here. Top to Johnson. Another one off the foot. And I hope the scorer's table's not listening to this because I see a lot of smiles directed my way right now, as that one is no good by Tierno on the fast break layup attempt.
Two minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first half. Blue ahead 24-23 as we get an air ball, but Rosa Prone is there to clean it up and get it.
All right, Nick, I'm going to take a trip across to the scorer's table. They're signaling for me over there. You take over for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll do my best here. Not really familiar with everyone's names and no numbers here, so we'll go right ahead. The inbound pass here. And that's fed back. Perone calling for the ball, but getting ignored, and that ball is blocked, and it's going to go the other way, but that's going to be, out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover here with 1 minute and 35 seconds left, and it's block ball. Block ahead 24-23. That three-point attempt is off the mark. Rebounded by Albano. Pasatoro comes the other way with the ball. Perone definitely fouled her there, but the ref does not call for the foul. And it's going to be another turnover. No stats here today, so we don't know what the turnover count is, but it's pretty high, and that ball's going to remain block ball. 1 minute left here in the second quarter. Blue hanging on to a 1-point lead, and that shot is rejected. And Pasatoro comes back the other way. And just kicks it out as Joe rejoins us here at the broadcast booth.
Well, Nick, I think you're going to be taking over on play-by-play in the second half. I'm not sure my voice can take much more, but I'll be here with you. I was hoping for a guest to make this a bit easier on us, but
we're going to guess, and we're going to get a guess in the second half.
I'm not so sure, Nick. It is not easy. It's definitely not an enviable job trying to get someone to come on Sportsnet a lot of the time.
Well, there's a lot of kids here. Maybe we could see if anyone wants to get some on-air experience, young, help their reels, as that three-pointer attempt is good. So I think Black with their biggest lead of the day, 26-24, 2-point lead here.
Yep, well, Dave with his first butcher of the game, as my voice is gone, Nick, but that was Jamie Piffalo for 3.
1 second left here. Rebound secured, but no time for a shot. Team Black takes a 2-point lead, 26-24, and it's been a thriller so far, Joe. So we'll step aside here. Who knows how long the halftime is going to be. These players here are definitely going to need to catch their breath. So we'll step aside here, and we come back. We'll give you the rest of this thrilling action. Hopefully we're joined by a guest. Stay right here on CSI Sportsnet. The Black team is leading the blue team, 26-24.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. but insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends, live sports and watch parties, to Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
I've said like need an opportunity like 50 times each. They're the only words I'm using. Damn hungry.
What's your survey?
Oh. That's over and they're
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America in your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Finish.
And we're back here at the tank as Joe lost his voice and he just completely devoured a sausage, egg, and cheese or something along those lines. Inside there by Coughlin, and 2 points there. And Black extending their lead now to 4, 28-24. Biggest lead of the game here by any team.
Nick, I did not want to bail on you. I tried to recruit some help from the benches, and once again, to no avail. It is not easy getting guests here on Sportsnet. Our most willing guest by far between the two teams is TJ Tibbs, who comes over every single game without fail. But
if you're listening, Coach, we need you here. Johnson with a nice 2-pointer, and now it's a 6-point lead, and team best 11 points now for Black. And you know, Sam might not be too happy there because she has 9 points, and she's looking for the MVP award.
Well, I'm not sure we're giving an MVP. Well, we will. You know what? I'm not going to speak about what I don't know in detail. I thought we might be giving an MVP. I think the question is whether or not there was a trophy involved.
I think the MVP, they get to come on here for the postgame.
I said that, and then immediately, I'm not going to name names, but there were players who, as soon as I brought that up, said, all right, now I know I don't want it.
Nice feed inside by Flecker. The ball's fed back to her. She puts up the 3. It's good.
A long 3-pointer there by Samantha Flecker is my point. Nick, this is not good.
This is a tremendous 9-point lead here by the Black team, and you have to wonder if the Blue team's going to start pressing on defense, because a double-digit lead might be insurmountable here in the Alumni game, as that 3-point attempt is no good, and Black coming back the other way looking to extend their lead even further. The ball is fed inside, but it's over the Black player's head, and it goes out of bounds. Good job by our photographer there to stop the ball. And it's coming back the other way for the Blue squad.
That's swimmer Mike Sorensen on photos for us today.
Blue team with some good ball movement. That shot is put up, but off the mark. Nice save there. And the Blue team retains possession of the basketball, and that's a nice pass inside. And it's good by Tierno. Nice pass there by Nola.
Ball movement's been good all game. Nobody trying to go into hero mode right now. As that's, for me anyway, the temptation during pickup. You always want to play some hero ball once in a while, but ball's moved freely all game long as that attempt by Johnson is no good.
Johnson might have got away there with a travel, but
there were no travels in alumni games,
Nick. No travels in alumni game, and nonetheless, ball don't lie. She did miss the shot as Pasatoro puts up a 3, and it's off the mark. Gets the ball back here. Passes it up top. Shot is off the mark. Nice rebound there by Tierno. And she puts up the 3, and that's no good. And the Black team comes away with the ball. Nice pass there inside, but it's no good. Flecker wide open for 3, puts it up. That's off the mark, gets her own rebound.
Nothing new there, Nick.
Nothing new there. So like I mentioned earlier, listen to the latest CSI Dolphin pod for an interview with Sam. She talks about rebounding her own 3-point shot attempts quite often.
And both of us have no voice today, so Dave might be next.
Dave's on PA, so that might be
only for the alumni game.
Flecker puts up the 2, and that's good. And now she's tied for the team lead once again with 11 points.
Nick, your math is good and your memory's even better because I did not have a tally of who has how many points. You're really working overtime.
Engineering, color, play-by-play, we do it all here at CSI Sportsnet. As that ball goes out of bounds and possession goes to Team Black.
It's one of the biggest reasons I look forward to baseball season. I get to come back on Sportsnet a lot more often, and hopefully that begins with the first game of the season. I believe it's on March 17th. I'll double-check that, but baseball coming up.
We're going to have a jump ball here.
Eventually.
Possession goes to the Blue team. Give a shout out to Sean Fitzpatrick across the way operating the camera for us today.
First baseball game is March 14th at home. That's the first home game. Doubleheader against Manhattanville.
And I'm not a betting man, Joe, but there's a good chance that game might be postponed due to weather.
Yeah, that might be a safe bet, but I think you'll be here for it, Nick. It's a Saturday afternoon, 12 and 3.
Looking forward to the baseball season and, of course, the softball season. And we know Mike Maybuski definitely looking forward to softball as well.
Always. Always.
Passatoro puts up the 3, and that's off the mark. So she's gone cold here, missing her last 2 three-point attempts after basically burying the ball in the first half. And that's a hard foul there. We go to the free throw line here, Joe? I don't think so.
There will not be free throws here in the Alumni game.
No way to stop the clock in the fourth quarter. You can't foul.
Clock is stopped right now for the subs.
We're going to have a slew of substitutions here, and I'm not even going to attempt to figure out who just came in and who went out.
I'm going to try and tell you who's on the floor for each team. Contribute something here as the voice continues to go. It's Albano, Tierno, Fabosi, Derevjanik, and Cray for Team Blue. For Team Black, Johnson, Perrone, Solomon, Price, and Flecker.
A shot by Johnson's off the mark. So some good ball movement here by the blue team. Fed inside. That ball's knocked away, and Price is going to go back the other way with it.
A lot of coaches in the stands trying to direct her on the fast break as Flecker puts the offensive rebound back up and in.
16 points now for Flecker. She could be trying to go for a career high here today, Joe, even though there's no stats in this game. It's like, whose line is that anyway, where the points don't really matter.
Well, we're going to see if we can find out what her career high is.
Flecker puts up the shot, and that's good. 18 points now. Is she going to hero mode, or is she just taking over? We don't know, but she's super hot on the last few possessions here. Cray comes back there the other way with a nice answer.
Well, if she wins the unofficial MVP, she might have to come back over here for another interview. We'll see.
Maybe we'll have her back on the Dolphin Pod next week to talk about her MVP performance. She's calling for the ball, but no one's giving it to her, and the shot's off the mark, and the blue team comes back the other way. Flecker definitely taking advantage of all the opportunities this afternoon as that air ball is now in the hands of Flecker coming back the other way. We'll see if she pushes it. Price, nice feed to Price, and that ball is not going to go in. Around the rim there, no good. Big outlet pass here, wide open layup is good by Derevjanik. I apologize if I'm butchering your last name.
Close, Derevjanik, Nick, you're close.
Derevjanik. I'll let Joe handle that for the rest of the game.
Flecker's career high is 27, Nick.
All right, we'll see. We got plenty of time here. Is that three-pointer is no good. Nice job there by Rosa to steal the ball, but she throws it out of bounds. And it's going to be the blue team's possession here. Nice feed there down the court, now back up to the top.
A lot of long passes in this game. Cross-court passes as Cray with the head fake, pulls up from mid-range and knocks it down.
Nice move there by Cray.
Is it Dave giving you the point tallies? Because it sounds like he's tallying over there.
So Dave is giving sporadic point tallies, but I'm just remembering the key leaders here. Perrone with the shot. That's off the mark. I believe she's still scoreless in this game. Perrone, I believe, is the only alumni here that actually played last year for the Dolphins.
Taking a look, I think you're right, Nick. I think you're right.
We'll see if Perrone could
You'd be right,
her
Nick.
height here in the paint. I think she's getting away with the 3 seconds in the key here, but
Nick, it's the alumni game. We have an aspiring official, statistician, and more to my left.
The rules do not matter in the alumni game, but for some reason there is a shot clock.
And no shot clock could create a lot of problems. I mentioned that competitive nature that kicks in at the end. No shot clock could present some issues, as that attempt by Fabosi was for the tie. No good, rebounded by Price.
So what looked like an insurmountable lead at one point. It's now only a 3-point lead here for the black team. As Flecker puts up the 3, that's off the mark. Price with the ball, and she puts it up, and that's not even close. And the blue team comes away with the ball. So a 3-pointer here would tie it up. We'll see what the strategy is here in the last 30 seconds. That three's off the mark. Flecker with another rebound. I'm almost certain she's got to be close to at least a double-double at this point. That ball goes out of bounds, and 18 seconds here. It's a fight against the clock here to see if they can get it inbound. They can hold for the last shot. Inbounded. That shot is underneath and good by Fabosi. And it's now only a 39-38 game here, Joe. Can you believe this comeback here by the blue team? That shot by Price is no good. And we're going to go into the final quarter here. 39-38. And Joe, is there going to be overtime here today?
No. If any team down the stretch shoots for the tie in a game where there are no free throws, there will be a lot of hungry spectators that are upset, maybe some hungry players in the game that are upset. A luncheon prepared upstairs for them following the game. And I have to admit, I'm not sure my voice can handle an overtime, but Nick, you're doing a great job in relief of me. I appreciate it. We're still hoping for some guests. I'm not optimistic. When we come back, we'll have coverage of the fourth quarter of this 2020 women's basketball alumni game on CSI Sportsnet.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra.
And we are back here, and Joe was talking about food, so you got to see a word from our sponsors there in Hobra and Kettle Black. So 39-38 game here. Blue team coming back the other way with the ball, looking to take the lead. Blue team player screaming for the foul. The ref is just like, I'm chewing gum here. I'm not blowing my whistle anytime soon. Coughlin for the long two.
Well, Nick, you mentioned our sponsors, Hobra and Kettle Black, and for those of you who have never listened to me before, I can promise this is not my normal voice.
Passatoro for three. She's going to take over this game now, I'm pretty sure, Joe. 12 points now. I think that's the team lead for the blue squad.
It is, Nick, and we did have some scoring tallies at the end of the third. Cray had 11 for Team Blue. Passatoro with 9, now has 12, as that's off the front rim by Solomon. No good for Team Black. Flecker with 18 and Johnson with 11.
Passatoro handling the ball. That was certainly a foul there, but no fouls here in the alumni game.
No.
And that's going to somehow go down to turnover. And Black team comes over with the ball. We have a tie game, Joe, here with 8:48 left in the game.
And there are some fouls that need to be called, right, Nick?
Some are pretty obvious. Lots of long cross-court passes here. That ball is nice feed inside. Nice layup there by Gallinaro.
Gallinaro lays it up and in to give Team Black the 2-point lead, 8:20 to play as Passatoro shoots a three for the lead, and it is good.
Passatoro, she probably heard us talking about the MVP, so it's really going to come down to her or Flecker here. Whoever has the leader in points for the winning team is probably going to be the MVP.
An open three-pointer for Passatoro puts her team back in front now. Piffalo will try to put Team Black in the lead once again. She can't.
Passatoro wide open again, but she makes a nice pass over to Johnson, I believe. Over to Deravejenik. Totally screwed that up. Joe, you could just take it away next time she has the ball. I apologize to Tracy. Passatoro with the ball. And I guess she's going to be fouled.
That's the foul they call, Nick?
That was not much of a foul there, Joe. I don't know what's going on with this referee.
Janik able to finish right there. Team Blue now up by 3. I think Team Black's largest lead was 11, Nick?
They were up at 11 by 11 at one point as Flecker puts up 3 and she ties the game. And now she's up to 21 points. So her career high certainly in play here today, Joe.
Well, if it's a career high, I'm going to have to go grab her and get her on Sportsnet following the game. Might be a short interview. I don't know if either of us will make it through it, but we will certainly try.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these players here are definitely looking forward to the gourmet lunch that'll be coming up for them.
Yeah, I saved some room for that. Janik once again finishing inside.
Janik tallying up the points now.
She's made her last 2.
So we're going to have a substitution on the next dead ball here. And nice job there. Substitutions coming in. Albano wants back in this game. No one really wants to come out. We'll see if this substitution works as Janik goes out of the game. The clock is stopped here. Flecker getting ready to inbound. Flecker with a long cross-court pass to Price, who puts it up, and it's good.
That might be Angelique's first make of the game. Nick came at a good time, but ties the game at 48.
Flecker going totally Carmelo Anthony there with a 3 to the head, even though she didn't even take the shot. As that 2-pointer's off the mark. And we have a tie game here with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, 48-48. Price's layup, no good. Some aggressive defense here.
Oh, we have a foul call.
We're going to have a foul. Lots of laughs here, so no bad blood. Here comes some subs, Joe. We'll see if these are the players that take it the rest of the way.
It's Fabosi and Tierno in for Team Blue. And it looks like the 5 that may very well finish the game for Team Black are Gallinaro, Perrone, Johnson, Flecker, and Price. Joining Tierno and Fabosi are Albano, Cray, and Passaturo for Team Blue.
Johnson's 3 off the mark, and that ball goes out of bounds. Possession goes to the blue team. So as you mentioned earlier in the game, it's really going to come down to the last minute. Very close game.
There was no doubt about it, Nick. No doubt about it. If it was a close game in the final minutes, that's when both teams would start to get competitive as Passaturo knocks down the 3. I'm not sure she'll see an open look like that again the rest of the way.
I think she's up to around 15 points now, if I had to take a guess.
I think you're right, Nick. 2 3-pointers in the quarter.
Perrone, no good. She's wide open here again. Passatore puts it up. No good.
Open 3-pointer, long 3-pointer for Passatore. Can't knock it down. Here comes Price.
Price to the hole, and it's good. Nice move there by Price. Price, despite not even being in the building in the first quarter, making a tremendous impact on this game for the Black team.
Emerging from the proverbial locker room midway through the first quarter and stepping out onto the floor.
Much like Willis Reed for the Knicks. Comes in late and made a tremendous impact. Passatore here with the ball. She's wide open, but she's going to not take the 3 as she passes it off. Nice job by Cray there to bank it in.
Don't know if she called glass, judging by the expression on her face after that went down. But that puts Team Blue ahead by 5. We're winding down toward 3.5 minutes to play.
Price over to Flecker. Flecker to Perrone. And Perrone is fouled. We're going to have some substitutions here.
Fouls not stopping the clock here at 3:26.
Now the clock stopped.
There you go. I feel like I've caught a second win here, Nick. My voice coming back a bit.
Take it away, Joe.
It's not that far back yet. There it goes.
Price for 3. No good. Here comes Travosi the other way. Passatoro, who passes it off to Cray, and her three is good. Now it's a 58-50 lead. Blue with their largest lead of the game. 8-point lead here. 58-50 with 3 minutes left here in regulation. Flecker's three-pointer is good.
I think that makes 24 for Flecker.
24, so 3 points away from a career high. We'll see if you can inform
Asterisk next to that.
We'll see if there's any defense here. Price has the ball. Flecker a three away here from a career high, tying a career high. That 2 pointers off the mark. Nice rebound there by Rose, who kicks it out to Price. Price wide open. That's no good. And Blue comes over with the ball.
Basket here makes it a 3-possession game.
Passatoro with the ball. We'll see if she puts up a three, but she passes it across the court to Cray. Blue eating up the clock here as that pass is almost to nobody, but Passatoro comes away with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Fed inside. Flecker with the steal. What an outlet pass, looking like Aaron Rodgers there to Price, but that is no good. That's a shooting foul, but we're going to just inbound it here. Clock has stopped for a second, but now it's going to continue going. So we've got 1 minute and 40 seconds here.
I feel like you have to stop it inside 2 minutes, Nick?
I don't know, Joe. It's going to stop now as Sam's 2-point attempt is no good. And we'll see if the blue team here decides to eat clock, as they can take this to under a minute in the game here if they hold on to the ball this whole possession.
We'll have an even 1 minute to go when the shot clock hits 0 if Team Blue uses the entire shot clock.
And we'll see if the next possession, we got a foul here. Clock stops as Dave lets the scoreboard operator know to stop the clock. Blue's going to get 18 additional seconds here on the shot clock, so we'll see if Black can come back here. They did have an 11-point lead earlier, but now they're trailing 58-53 with 45 seconds remaining. As Christ three's off the mark, thrown with the rebound, but the ball is stolen as she falls down. And this might do it here, Joe. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, inside pass. Guerno with their 6th point of the game. 5-point lead at Black. For some reason, looking to dribble out the clock here. I don't know. I don't understand this strategy at all whatsoever. Should put a 3 up here and foul.
I think everyone's content with where this game's at right now. As Gallinaro will try the 3. It's a bit long.
Put up the 3.
To
Put up the
Flecker.
3, Flecker. That's off the mark. That could have tied a career high.
All right.
And Blue's going to come away with the victory here. I don't know who won last year, but Blue with 11-point. Blue was down by 11 points earlier in the game. They come back to win 58-53. And Joe, what are your takeaways from this thrilling game here this morning and now this afternoon as it's 12 o'clock on the dot?
My takeaways is that it's all hugs, handshakes, and smiles following the conclusion of this alumni game. Team Blue wins by 5, but of course, the purpose of this game to get all of our alumni back here on campus together once again, as many of them as can attend the game. There is a lunch upstairs following the game as well. A lot of them bringing their families, some former players who aren't out there on the floor, gathered to our right in the stands. So this event is about much more than the game, and you won't see that here on Sportsnet, but we can assure you upstairs we will have a lot of alumni, family, and friends gathered for the lunch that's coming up in just a few minutes. But about 45 minutes from now, you'll be joined on the air by Mike Baybuski for the call of Dolphins Bloodhounds women's basketball up first at 1 p.m., men's basketball to follow at 3 p.m. I don't see anyone coming over here, Nick, but we'll give it another few moments. What are your final thoughts?
Flecker with a game-high 24 points, but I don't know. Can we give the MVP to the losing team? I don't think so.
I'm not sure how they determine those awards without statistics in front of them. I don't have detailed statistics. I'm not trying to think too deeply into it right now,
I thought
Nick.
usually you pick the MVPs for the tournaments and whatnot.
You just spoiled that, Nick. Now everyone knows where the MVP comes from. All complaints can be directed to my cuny.edu email address. You can go find that on csidolphins.com. But
Joe cannot be bribed, not even with Mets tickets.
I have plenty of those, Nick. I don't need any more of those. Definitely don't need any more Knicks tickets. It's been a rough year for them, as well as you'll see some of the alumni from in the stands joining the team out on the floor for this post-game photo. But as I said before, Nick, the Dolphins will be taking on the Bloodhounds at 1 p.m. You and Mike Babusky will have the call of that game when we return on CSI Sportsnet about 40 minutes from now. Until then, this has been Joe Foreman and Nick Durst. We thank you for bearing with me, especially as my voice barely makes it through our broadcast of the 2020 Women's Basketball Alumni Game. Be sure to tune in at 1:45 for pregame coverage of Dolphins Bloodhounds, and then again ahead of the start of the men's game. The men will tip off at 3 p.m. The women at 1 p.m. will have coverage of both of those games. Thanks for listening. And until then, we'll catch you next time.
They treated us to a great game. Thanks for coming out, ladies.